Back again. We're outside the plant now. It's kind of an interesting little town here. Again, I have no idea how long the battery or the SD card will last. So, if it cuts off unexpectedly, I won't even know it. Because when it runs out of battery or runs out of space, I don't think it beeps. And sometimes even if it does beep, you can't hear it. This is Michigan City, Michigan. I'm sorry, Michigan City, Indiana. And take the back way back out to Interstate 80. Careful through here because you kind of got to swing wide and you need to swing over into this area a little bit. Not really so much of a risk of taking out the pole, but if there happens to be a car there, you'll be in a little trouble. I'm going to stop down at on I-65, exit 240, get some fuel, get some dinner too. They don't have a stop sign over there, you got to be careful. Come flying around that corner sometimes. You got to be careful here too. I need to be way the hell over here to make this corner, and I have on occasion had somebody pull to the right of you. I'm kind of blocking them right now with this trailer, but sometimes they can get by you, and then they'll come right up next to your right-hand side here. They don't know. They don't see the turn signal, or I don't know, whatever else is their problem. But in general, people aren't very observant. You know, they crash into a tractor trailer, and it's really weird. They do the same thing with motorcycles. Crash into a motorcycle and they say, "I'm sorry, I didn't see you." And a lot of times they'll crash into your tractor trailer and say, "I didn't see you." I thought that was kind of funny, especially like with Schneider National. You know, gee, it's a giant orange truck. How do you not see it? And some trucks they put on box trailers, they put these little in the left corner, left bottom corner of the door. They'll put a blue and white reflective stripe that's in the left corner of the door. And Schneider did that with a bunch of their trailers because they were having people passing them or not seeing them and then trying to go around them and hitting them in the left rear quarter. Again, I don't know how you don't see a giant orange trailer, and they said it did reduce rear end accidents because it would highlight that left rear corner of the trailer and I guess make people less likely to hit it. I don't know. I don't know how good this video is going to look because I'm coming right into the sun. So I guess we'll see. Well, just so you guys know, I don't really have a whole lot of time to edit these things. So, I mean, I know there's a lot of other videos out there on YouTube that look a lot more professional than mine. And I love it when I see a nice professional video. It looks great. I just do not have the time. I mean, when I'm home, a lot of times I'll put these videos, put them up on the computer, and I'll just sort of breeze through them real quick to make sure something's not obviously wrong or whatever. And then I just post them. I just don't have the time to edit and put fancy graphics and endings and beginnings and credits and stuff. And I mean, I'd love to have the time to do that, but I just don't. So if that bothers some of you, I'm sorry. That's the way it is. I don't have the time to go through and pick out the little most interesting pieces. I sort of just talk and pretty through here. I wish the sun wasn't right there. The camera, although this camera does a decent job of blocking out there's a black spot right in front of right over the brightest point. So I guess we'll see how it does. But this is a really pretty little town. There's some boats there. There's a jet ski. Somebody put an outboard motor on the back of a jet ski. An old jet ski. Pretty funny. And there's a yard up here on the left. I think it's right up here. They've got some bigger boats stored, and one of them's like a big ass. It's a big ass lifeboat. It looks like a big lifeboat. I don't know if it's still there or not. Yeah. See the sail? There's the cover wrapped in white plastic. There's a sailboat, and right to the left there is an old lifeboat. I think that's what that is. Bunch of old boats in there. I mean, of course, the water, the lake's like right there. So. Indiana Dunes National Lakeshore. So it's, like I said, the lake's like, it's like right over there somewhere. That's why I stayed in the left lane, because that lane ends. One of the nice things about going places that you go all the time, you kind of know all the tricks and where stuff's at. And I do occasionally miss going, into the unknown, venturing into the unknown places. When I worked for Schneider National, I did more of that, and when I worked for online transport, I did that a lot. I had a few regular accounts, but we did a lot of just single runs, brokered loads. And working here, I go all to the same places every time, and you might think that's boring, and maybe it is a little bit, but it does allow you to kind of relax a little bit more when you're driving. You know the routine, you listen to the radio, and you can kind of go on autopilot a little bit more. Although, once you spend some time on the road, you can pretty much go on autopilot, the major interstates. But, when you get to within, 20 minutes or half an hour of your delivery area, and you've never been there before, I like to have good specific directions for trucks before I would go into a place. And that really helps. Get a phone number. And it's like an Android phone or any kind of smartphone. Before I would even leave, I would call. I'd look it up on Google, get an overview map of the place. It really helped a lot. Just figure out, okay, the directions the company sent me are wrong, or right, or I just really don't like going places I've never been with a big truck, not knowing what the road is. Chicago's really bad for that. You drive along, get off the exit, and suddenly you come to a 12-foot, overpass or something. Once you get to a certain point, you can't be like right here. I mean, if I had to turn around, I could pull in there and flip it around if I really had to. But if this was only a 2-lane road and there was nothing on either side, and then you just